Hey YouTube Grunt Reviews, we are back out at the beautiful US Shooting Academy, and today we're doing our range review on the SilencerCo Maxim 9. Guys, as always, go down below, hit like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, drop a comment with your thoughts, share us with your friends, and if you like what we're doing for you here at the channel, I've got a buy me a coffee link down in the description, and let's get into it. Alright, so we got the Maxim 9. This will be our first mag through it. This is some 115 grain. I think this is the Remington 9mm stuff. This is just going to be our functions test. Make sure everything works. Round is chambered. And alright. So run through the first mags, no malfunctions, no errors, no jams. I will say, and you can kind of see it on my arms there, there is definitely some grease and some blowback coming out of it. Not really excessive, and part of that is, well, obviously it's brand new. These are the first shots. But this is a suppressed or integrally suppressed weapon. So do remember, if you haven't shot such a beast, that you will get some blowback. I'm going to grab some 150 grain subsonic ammo, and we're going to see how well the suppressor works subsonic. All right, so this is some subsonic stuff. This is the 150 grain Federal Syntech, and we're going to see if the GoPro here captures just how quiet this thing actually is. Oop. First malfunction, stovepipe there. All right, back in. Another stovepipe, so it may not like this. Yeah, maybe a double feed actually. Stand by, let me strip the mag out of here. Okay, round goes in. Put the mag back in. All right. All right, so that may have been the break-in period, if you will. Did have a couple of stovepipes. Excuse me if I could talk today. I'm going to grab some more of this 150 grain, and I'm going to give you kind of a side-by-side comparison. I've got my carry gun, my Staccato C2. We're going to put the same ammo on both guns and kind of give you as best a sound comparison as we can. All right, so to compare this is my Staccato C2, and I do have it loaded up. I've got 5 rounds of the same Federal Syntech here. So try to get you a little bit idea of the sound reduction of the Maxim 9. This is same ammo, obviously no suppressor. And I'm going to do 5 rounds with the Maxim. Oop. Another stovepipe does not seem to like this this Syntech here. Okay. All right, so last test. With subsonic ammo, I'm going to pull my ears off here and see how bad this is. Guys, don't do this at home. I'm already half deaf to begin with. So it is very, very quiet. It is the, you really only hear the snap of the slide. Being this little half slide that we have on this, it is a different sound. It's more of a click, almost like an AR-15 versus the traditional slide sound of a pistol. Not a huge deal. There's still some noise to it, but I could definitely shoot that without ears on and without any issue. We're going to put some more rounds through it, see if we get any more malfunctions out of it. All right, guys. So accuracy testing. The first test, we're going to use the 150 grain Federal Syntech. You will notice that I do have my ears off for this because this thing is hearing safe. I'm already deaf to start with. Hot tip, always wear your ears so you don't become deaf. All right, here we go. 5 rounds. And got my thumb a little bit there. So, next target, we're going to use, this is the American Gunner. This is a 124 grain plus P. This is some defensive ammo. And last group we're going to run, this is the Syntech 124 grain. I believe this is their training range. It is the purple tip. And whoop. And 5. All right, let's go down and check them out. All right, guys, so this is the 150 grain Syntech. We're about 25 yards, about a fist size group there. This is that 124 grain plus P, also about a fist size group, so definitely respectable there. And then that 124 grain training range, about a fist group and a flyer. So comparing these two, does well with defensive ammo, and it does seem to like a little bit heavier ammo. Hope that helps you out. All right, guys, so the last one I want to run through here, I've got 5 rounds. I believe this is the American Gunner. It's a 124 grain plus P defensive round, hollow point. And then beneath that, I have 5 rounds of the 150 grain Syntech. Just kind of want to highlight some of the sound differences. And I also kind of want to show you the trigger on this thing as well, too. So, I'll get up real nice close to the camera here. And we are downrange. So, you get just that little bit of take up. You start getting on your creep. A little bit more creep. You finally hit that wall. Good, that pop, and then that reset. So to me, the biggest thing I don't like is the trigger. This trigger definitely could use some improvement. I would honestly say a stock Glock trigger is actually better, but let's get into this. So I've got 4 more rounds of the defense ammo, and then I've got the Syntech behind it. Should be able to hear the sound difference between the two of them. So to me, it's not hugely apparent, which means that the suppressor does work well on all ammo types. But from the shooter's perspective, you can definitely tell when it's switched. The Subsonic is just that little bit quieter. However, for defensive ammo, this thing is actually very, very impressively quiet. So, final thoughts on this. Like I said, the lack of all the optics plates, the oddball key mod on the bottom of it instead of a pick rail, the juiciness I'm not that worried about. But the fact that it does take Glock mags is a nice feature. The trigger was my other point of improvement there, as I've mentioned before. So if they put a better trigger in this, maybe put a pick rail or something a little bit more usable, offered all the optics plates on it, I think this would really be, if you don't mind the waiting on Biden's AFT to approve you for a stamp, overall not a terrible pistol. Something else I will recommend too, this is actually reconfigurable. So this is the long configuration. You can actually pull sections, as you can see there, you can pull sections of the suppressor out to actually make this thing shorter. Obviously it will make it louder, and I believe their website states that in the long configuration everything is hearing safe. In the short configuration, only subsonics are hearing safe. So something to consider if you're looking at it. But all in all, it's a pleasure to shoot. Couple little tweaks and this would be a awesome little firearm. Guys, I appreciate your time watching this. As always, stay safe, train hard.